Hello.
Okay,
Oh,
so
cool.
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is the Scrum. This is the Atlantic Scrum for Agile Ventures, and we're discussing what's going on with our projects. So, Paul, anything to report?
I paired a little bit with Marion the other day, or yesterday, and then I got the Fox Pro program running that I'm trying to
Cool.
trying to duplicate. I got part of it running at least. I don't know if I have the right password to get into everywhere, but it was kind of neat.
All right. Okay. So, were you pairing on this Foxborough database thing?
A little bit with Bill, because it's all NDA, and we haven't been able to get the main thing we're trying to do is model the data and then switch it over to like Postgres or something.
All right. How's that coming out, by the way? I mean,
Slow. I mean, I didn't have the password till yesterday, so and then NDAs and all that stuff. It's a hassle.
I see. But I mean, is it like, is it okay for you to go back to all those DOS era? Um, and having those clumsy interfaces and stuff.
Oh, we're gonna do it as like a Rails project, but we need to get the data out of there.
Oh, you're just getting out the data. You're not actually working with Foxtrot database.
Right.
I see. I see. All right.
There's a couple of cool programs that'll come, and there's also a gem actually that will read DBF files. So
Well,
it's kind of crazy.
I would imagine so. I mean, DBF can even be parsed by Excel quite well.
Somebody had made a connector even to Active Record, but I don't know if they ever followed through on that. That was 4 years ago or something.
All right, I see. I see. Okay. So, and what are your plans for today?
I was gonna try to continue on pairing with Marion this morning, and then probably switch over to the other stuff later.
Cool. What are you planning to pay on?
Local support.
Excellent. Okay, that's great. You're getting more involved with local support on website one. Moving in, any reason for that?
I don't think website one, but yeah, I mean definitely every now and then I'll have a look at it, but yeah, I mean I gotta keep my Rails going. I was forgetting like basic Ruby and Rails stuff. So
Yeah, that's what I was feeling when I was more involved with Autograde. Is that I like Ruby a lot, but I really want to learn about the web.
right.
And Autograde has no web in it, like at all.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's cool. Marion, so it's your call.
Yeah, so yesterday, like Paul said, we worked on local support, and then last night, actually, I paired with Marcelo on trying to fix that pull request,
Cool.
because now Sam Pretty refactored the exact same stuff that we refactored in a different way. So when I tried to pull upstream develop, there were like a whole bunch of conflicts, and
Yeah,
it's
I can
kind of
imagine.
difficult to sort it out. So, but we got pretty far. We have one thing left that's not resolved.
That's cool. How's Marcelo doing? Is everything okay with his job?
Yeah. He said it's kind of boring though. But were we being recorded? I shouldn't have said that. Yes, he loves his job.
Oh, he loves his job, all right.
Yeah, but he seems fine. And yeah, I'm gonna work with Paul and hopefully wrap up this local support
That's good.
pull
Yeah.
request.
By the way, were you doing a rebase or a merge with develop?
I did a merge with develop
Right.
last night.
Okay. I don't know when for some reason mine doesn't support me on this one, but I really I tried it both ways, doing the merge and rebasing, like big chunks of codes. But I was in a situation like you a couple of times, and I found that rebasing makes it actually a lot easier to resolve the conflicts than merging.
Oh,
The thing is, when you do a merge, basically you deal with all the changes on develop and all the changes in your code at the same time.
Right.
When you do replace, you deal only with changes in one single commit, in your one single commit, and you resolve it, and then you move on to the next commit, and you deal with changes there, and so on. And okay, sometimes it may happen that you have to deal with the same change twice in different commits, but at least it makes it easier, to move step by step rather than just resolving the whole thing.
Okay, next time I'll try that because there was a lot to resolve.
Yeah, so yeah, try that. That might be easier. John, hi. How are you?
Hi, Earl. Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Let's see.
Pull request. The discussion there is like 36 comments, another 6 comments, 42 comments in 2 days. That's an actual discussion.
Moving fast.
Yeah. The other thing is that one of the comments is like 25 lines long, so there is a big discussion going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was probably my comment, the 25 line long one. Also, I rebased it yesterday with the latest changes to make sure, because one of the what do you call it? The auto test runs. Hodgkins? No, what's the name? Jenkins. Or a couple of Jenkins runs said they were giving errors, and I couldn't figure out why. So I rebased.
Jasmine for JavaScript, you mean? Because
no, I think.
Travis, right?
Travis. Okay.
Travis. Yeah. Okay. That guy.
Does that happen sometimes, that they just fail for no good reason?
Yeah, sometimes they don't connect to be able to, for instance, download the libraries, or there can be network failures and stuff, but usually that'll be noted in the output.
Okay, yeah, I saw something like that. But before I realized what was going on, I just rebased with the latest anyway. So
by default, Travis retries 3 times, I think, when it's when it's got network problems. Travis can also fail because of timeout. For example, it runs a Phantom.js and Phantom.js crashes, and then there is a timeout, and it might fail because of that.
And there was also a maximum time they had like a 5-minute limit timeout overall at one time. I don't know if they still do.
I don't think they do, because now we have let Travis run for 15 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah.
12 minutes, so maybe.
But they may have increased it, but it may still be there. I don't know. Yeah. I'll look it up.
But the bottom line is, yes, Travis can fail. If you think it failed for no reason, just push an empty commit and restart Travis, and that's it.
Okay, sounds good. And
so
I had
what
one
are plans?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, you were going to say? I was going to ask about your plans anyway.
Oh, yeah, I had one other little pull request on the from before to, the from time for an event must come before the to, or this.
Yeah,
that screwy one. So I'm hoping that Brian will just go ahead and accept that, so we can move on to this one. But
this one's got quite a discussion too.
Yeah, I think I've addressed everything at this point. So Sempriti and this one here. Yeah, right. The very short one has quite a discussion too. So I tried summarizing it early this morning, I think, so that he can move, understand the issue better and move on. But my next plan, I want to figure out how the JavaScript for who wrote that? Nick wrote for doing the times, converting the times to local times. I want to figure out how that works, so that when I eventually get to that point, I'll be able to jump on it.
Okay, cool.
And I'm available for pairing and whatever. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Great. So, Christian, hello there.
Hi there. Well, I've been going through the changes, comments and things you've given me on my feature. I completed them all, but the rebase screwed me up basically. And what I did this morning was I tried to push my changes up to my feature branch, and it wouldn't let me do that. And I realise now subsequently, some pretties told me I should have used the -F option. I didn't do that. What I did was I created a separate branch and pulled down and did a merge and pushed that up. I mean, it goes through the Travis build, but I'm not happy with the history because I can see that there are files in there which have got nothing to do with my change, which, you know, it's got other people's commits in there, and I think it just looks a mess. So I'd like to step back a stage because I've still got everything locally, and just work with somebody just to push up my last change.
I think I could. I will have about half an hour, 40 minutes after the scrum. I think me, you, and John can pair on this one, and we can sort it out. I can imagine what kind of problem you're having, and I would suggest in the future you would do rebase first, and then do all the changes, then address all the changes.
Okay.
Because what may happen, you know, you do all the changes, and then after rebasing, those changes get overwritten by the changes on the developer.
Yeah, I was getting, like, there were 12 files. I was repeatedly fixing conflicts in, and it was getting...
Well, 15 is not too bad. I had like 36 the other day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was that's because some pretty has committed pull request, has submitted a pull request like with huge refactoring. 20 something like 4 files changed, 260 lines changed, something like that. I mean, it was huge.
Oh my God.
Is there any way to manage the workflow so that it doesn't cause so many problems when somebody's doing a big refactor?
Well, actually, I mean, if your pull requests are small, I mean, the only reason you are having problem at the moment with rebasing is because you have huge pull requests. Well, you have big pull requests. I'm pretty sure it has a huge pull request, and you haven't been rebasing while you were working on it. I mean, you know, you can just rebase every now and again. Basically, rebase every day just to pick up the latest changes.
Yeah, I only started rebasing with Sampreti on, when was that, Monday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing merges up until then, and I think it's a mixture of doing merges and rebasing, which is...
we'll work it out. I mean,
yeah.
it's not a problem. But I was saying, as I was saying, I was just explaining to Marin that, you know, when you do a merge, basically, so say, you know, we have this point on develop, which is common for you and for develop, right? So when you do a merge with new changes on develop, basically all the changes from your side and all the changes from develop are all put into one big block. That block gets merged onto the code. And that's called a three-way merge because we're trying to merge 3 things at the same time. Your code, you develop, and all develop. With rebasing, what happens? You know, all your changes are taken off, basically stashed to the side for a second. Then develop gets updated to the latest, and then all your changes get put on top of this update. So if you have any conflicts, you just deal with them one by one in your commits. You know, you don't have to deal with 3-way conflicts when you have a file and it tells you, okay, this is coming from this branch and this is coming from your branch. Which one do you want to keep? That makes things difficult.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
We'll sort it out, no problem.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so about me, I haven't done anything today, although I had quite a productive day yesterday. I have, where is it? I have done the feature of the user interface. and so this is the last. So this is the last version of it. We have this pop-up explaining what happens if you click the Hangout button, what you'll be responsible for, and you know, things like that. Who's going to come after you if you do anything wrong? So yeah, I have done this. And by the way, guys, it would be really nice if you come here, come into the pull request here and leave just a note saying, you know, you're happy with it or you don't like the color of something. Then we can change it. Also, another thing, our production side was down 2 days ago. For the same reason, you would go to the, you would go to the say projects section and it would just show application error. And the reason for that because the free Geo IP service which we're using was down, and so our website 1 was down too. And actually, it turned out to be a really small change which was causing the problem. I mean, it turned out that every time we visit website 1, it actually inside the code it asks, is the user logged in? And when it does that, it actually updates the user model and saves the new, you know, last sign-in IP address, last sign-in something else. And when that user model gets updated, here we had an after validation hook which would run the geocoding service. So every time everybody visits the site, the geocoding service runs, and if it's down, then it doesn't run, and that's it. We get an application error. So hopefully this will fix it forever, and we won't have any problems with it. And that's about it. I don't really have any pairing time today, just for about half an hour, 40 minutes from now. And that's it.
Yay.
So, any questions, anyone? Good, that means no questions. By the way, just one thing, John, I wanted to ask you. I've noticed that you have started quite a few stories at the same time. Events that start, a new hookup event, start hangout event. Are you working on all of them at the same time?
No.
Or maybe you can just start one and then start the other one.
I am holding off on the others until I get the pull request approved. Yeah.
Right. That'd be really cool. So then, if you, you can go in here and just click here and change the status from finished. You can change it to, well, you can change from started to unstarted, and then it will be moved to backlog, and then you can start it whenever you like.
Okay.
It just would be a little bit cleaner, to understand what are the current tasks that people are working on, and now it seems like you're working like on 5 tasks at the same time.
Well, I had started work. I kind of had to scale down what I was submitting on the pull request. So I had done work on those other parts. So I didn't want somebody else to take them from scratch and start working on them.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, it's not a big fuss, but you could, for example, you could leave a message here saying that if anybody wants to start this, please contact me.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Sometimes that helps. Yeah, but okay, not a problem at all. So this is it, guys. So if you have no more questions, I'll finish all the Scrum then.
Okay, we're hooking up immediately after this session?